southern Indian city of Hyderabad, previously renowned for its precious stones and pearls, has found a new attraction for foreign tourists: babies. This story begins in dusty streets, in one particular clinic among the innumerable fertility centers that have mushroomed here. Dr. Samit Shekhar is the last resort for thousands of infertile couples. He is what they would call a miracle maker, creating babies for these foreign couples each morning.
Sperm is held in this needle here, and the egg is held in this needle here. And using these joysticks, the sperm is introduced into the egg, and basically fertilization is done. This is a sign of fertilization. These two small dots over here, that is the sign that the embryo is fertilized and will grow further.
In this cabinet, there are over 15 embryos, sperm from prospective parents and eggs of Indian donors. But Dr. Shekhar does not just offer donor eggs. His clinic also rents out wombs. In this room next door lie would-be surrogates. Embryos of foreign couples have just been implanted in their wombs.
This one is for an American couple, and this one is for an Australian couple.
So we have lots of surrogates every morning like that?
Every morning we about 4 or 5 embryo transfers we have every day.
For 9 months they carry another's baby, and if all goes well, at the end of their pregnancy, the couples who have paid for the service will get their children, and the women their income for the service offered. Here is a 7-week pregnant womb. The entire medical team is following its development closely since its health is important to both the clinic and the surrogate.
What happens for a surrogate if she loses her baby during the pregnancy?
If she loses her baby?
That is something that maybe I can answer.
Sorry?
That's more.
Sorry?
If at 12 weeks of pregnancy there is a miscarriage, then their compensation is about $2,000.
Okay.
After 12 weeks, if it happens, it is $4,000. Irrespective if the pregnancy goes to term or not.
Okay. And if everything goes well?
Then it is about $8,000 for the entire pregnancy. There is additional $1,000 for twins as well.
6,000 euros, 10 times the average Indian salary, a fortune. The surrogacy sector in India has been booming for a decade. Using the power of the internet to connect with potential foreign parents, infertility clinics have thrown open their doors to all who want to but cannot have a baby on their own. Their services make having a baby easier than ever before. On average, it costs a mere 25,000 euros for prospective parents. Back in Hyderabad, we are now with the manager of the clinic. He wants to show us the service apartments provided to foreign couples who come to pick up their child after 9 months. That day, there are 2 happy couples living in the apartment, an American heterosexual couple and a Canadian gay couple. Their babies were delivered to them a week ago. Neither have had any contact with the surrogate mother.
Why India?
Why India? The cost. The main thing is the cost. In the U.S., I read where surrogacy could cost anywhere from $70,000 to $100,000.
It did surprise me that she's very light skinned. I figured she'd be a little darker. But for some reason she's just light.
Indians have all kinds of skin tones.
Like them, 25,000 other couples have used Indian surrogate mothers to have babies. That's 10 times more than in the United States. Is India on its way to becoming the foremost producer of surrogate babies?
In our country, a woman can choose to go be a surrogate and nobody thinks nothing of it. But for some reason here, an Indian woman, because it happens maybe she's poor, maybe she's not, she shouldn't be given that choice. I believe she should have that choice.
Back at the clinic, a floor higher are dormitories where surrogate mothers are kept. Since the doctors want to take no chances on the health of the mother or the child, the women are kept here until they give birth. Their needs, mental and physical, are taken care of by the staff. The women also form a bond with each other since they share the same space and process for 9 months.
That Indian women are psychologically very strong because they are used to sacrificing as compared to their Western counterparts, in the sense that they have been through the toughest situations in life.
Surrogate mothers are selected on a specific criteria. They should be between the ages of 25 and 40, shouldn't have had more than 3 babies of their own, and of course be healthy enough to carry someone else's baby. In the basement, we find candidates waiting to be selected on these criterion. This is the man from an NGO that recruits willing and able mothers on behalf of the clinics from rural areas and urban slums.
Lakshmi. Lakshmi A na B na P. She was married when she was 13, but according to the law, women can only marry when they are 18. But husband's no more because he died. So she is doing this to, support her daughter.
Each week, more than 50 women are brought to the clinic. In 9 months' time, they will be able to earn more than what they can expect to bring to their families in over a decade.
नहीं समझा, हमारे दिल से आया। ऐसा टेस्ट बेबी के लिए जाना, ऐसा बच्चे को दे देना है, अपने के साथ 2 लाख आते बोल के बोले।
और कुछ पेपर साइन किया आपने भी?
नहीं किया किस पे भी।
They wouldn't know that she's coming for the first time, so she wouldn't, of course.
No, I'm just trying to understand if she knows what the process is. Like she's just a test baby, right?
Test tube baby, but that's what she's in for the initial counseling. When she speaks to the doctor, they will explain the process.
In the contract that binds them to the clinic, they renounce all rights to the child, unlike the United States, where the surrogate can retract her service and decide to keep the child. But the Indian government is also looking at regulating this industry more. A law is being drafted to make the sector more clear and transparent. However, new rules also mean the prohibition of unmarried and same-sex couples from getting surrogate babies in India. But the doctors and clinics who disagree with this new decision are uniting for an organized resistance. They will try to convince the government otherwise. Many of these doctors